What's up, A to Z Sports here live at the halftime show. The Titans trail the Broncos 10-9. The most ridiculous last 47 seconds you could expect, where the Titans are up 6-3, and now they're down 10-9. Just a crazy thing and a half. And like, I have so many angry thoughts that are going through my head right now. We're going to dive into all of this, but make sure when you guys pile in on this very, very crazy, chaotic halftime show, as it always is. JT, tell the people what they got to do before we officially get things going here on Titan Game Day Live, the halftime show. 10-9 Broncos lead in Denver.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened in that. Probably, arguably, more stuff happened in that last 47 seconds or so than the first couple of quarter and a half, which is saying something. But like the show, guys, get in here. We're going to be breaking down what we saw, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Let's get into it.
Yep. Welcome to the A to Z Sports Titan Game Day Live. Before we officially get going, do have to thank all of our great sponsors for Titan Game Day Live. X Golf in Nashville, Murfreesboro, and Franklin. PlayXGolf.com is their website for their indoor golf simulators. BTA Sports, use code ATOZ when you download the BTA Sports app to get a 14-day free trial, plus just $99 for the season-long pass, only available in September. The link is in our show description. Botero Carts, life is short. Buy a golf cart in 2 locations, Columbia and Gallatin, BoteroCarts.com. Lipscomb University Sports Analytics. We're going to have an interesting segment about that coming up here in the halftime show, turning your passion for sports into a career. And the Barrel Social Club. The countdown is on. The Kentucky Poker Open returns to the Barrel Social Club this October. BarrelSocial.com for more info. My goodness. Here we are, JT. It's the first halftime show of your A to Z Sports career.
Correct. We're starting off on a good one. Yes.
Look, this is, everything was going super well until it didn't. I don't know why Brian Callahan decided to do what he did, but we'll set the picture. The Titans defense, who had only given up 3 points the entire game up to this point, forces a punt towards the end of the first half. The punt down to the 7-yard line. Titans own 7-yard line. There are 47 seconds left on the clock. The Broncos have 2 timeouts. There is a possibility here that if done correctly, 3 runs takes you to halftime. At the worst case scenario, 3 runs and 2 timeouts by the Broncos has you punting as the time expires, as Johnny Hecker's punt is in the air. And then you just tackle the punt returner or kick it out of bounds, and you go to halftime, and it's 6-3. But 3 Cam Ward pass plays are called. 2 incompletions that had 0 chance of being completed. Then a sack down to the 1-yard line, and the Broncos keep both timeouts. They end up scoring a touchdown pass. Bo Nix has been terrible a lot of this game, but he finds his groove with the touchdown pass. Thank goodness for Tim DK, the 4th-round pick rookie, who takes a kickoff return longer than anybody since like Mark Mariani has done it for this franchise. And Joey Sly has got now 3 field goals to his resume in his Titans debut. Kind of saving the ass of Brian Callahan right now. JT, I'll toss it to you. What do you think should have happened there, and your thoughts on the entire end of the first half?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm not going to excuse what Brian Callahan did. It's downright bad and disgusting play calling what they did. However, I think if you wanted to look at it in one way, you look at how this offensive line has been trending so far. Dan Moore has not looked good. By any stretch of the imagination. We see J.C. Latham absolutely get cooked off the right side, and it's pretty easy to think, hey, if we run it right here, this defense and the defensive line right now is cooking us so much that there is a good possibility that they just stifle us right back into the end zone. So Brian Callahan, and this is what I think was trying to go on, is he's trying to get at least one pass play off the line of scrimmage using a little, blocked screen type of motion there on the play design to get them a little bit of space. But the outside receivers look like they have no idea what they're doing. All 3 of them run into each other like it was the 3 Stooges out there. Brian Callahan looks bewildered on how they could mess that up so much. And then J.C. Latham got backed, just absolutely blasted off the right side there, which was also bad. Bad play calling. Now, yes, he should have just run the ball to get them a little bit more space and to create a little bit more time. However, I know what he was trying to do, but it still doesn't excuse for how it turns out, because you put your defense in a bad place. Bo Nix finally connects to Cortland Sutton out there, who absolutely beats Darrell Baker. They get on their back feet, and what have we seen over the last year and a half when this defense gets on his back foot? It ends up happening like that, and Cortland Sutton scores a touchdown. This game is going into the half looking like it is 10-6 when the Titans had a lead, but thank goodness for John Bones Fossil. He cooks up a brilliant kick return with Chimere Dike. Chimere Dike showing off why he was named the kick returner, and gets them 3 points back so that it doesn't look as bad as it is.
Absolutely. All right. So an update here, because normally we don't have very much time in the halftime shows because the halftime in the NFL is usually 13 minutes, maybe 12 minutes.
Hey, look at that.
However, the game is in a weather delay, apparently. As I see from Buck Rising on Twitter, as the game gets to have signage on the screen saying the game is delayed for lightning. So look, I'm Disastrous. Estes took a picture of this saying severe lightning activity is present in the area. The game has been delayed. Seek shelter in the concourse area. So on top of all of this ridiculousness, now we have more time to talk about it.
Yes. Can I just say though, is it weird that it's opening weekend and there are 3 games that have now been delayed in some capacity for lightning? And Jared in the comment says, how long is the delay? Like the Jags were delayed for an hour in 10 minutes. So this could,
and the Eagles Cowboys were delayed an hour and 2 minutes, I believe it was.
Yeah. Free halftime show coverage. So we get to sit here and talk to you guys. So we don't have to,
for sure.
I don't have to say everything I wanted to say there as fast as I do. So
yeah, I know. I was about to say,
you can relax.
I was about to say, like, we can chill a little bit and take some more time to do this. So what does it mean when there's a weather delay? So and look, it's September. Weather delays are going to happen. You're going to have lightning. You're going to have crazy storms. It's hot all across the country. That's what's going to happen in September with football. I am voting for all domed football games so we can end weather delays.
This is NFL's big brain play. They're creating the weather to make all the outdoor places finally get domes. That's what they're doing.
Exactly. So, all right, let's piece this apart a little bit because we've got now time. I want to get to the super chats because you guys paid for these comments. So now that we have time to do this, normally we would just have like 4 more minutes. So King VC first off says, lock in, like the show. Please, if you have not hit the like button, do that. We have a massive audience right now because it's halftime. It's the first halftime show of the year. So please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel if you can. TLG says, Callahan really screwed up there. Titans should be up. Yes, they should be up. It should be 6-3 at halftime in a weather delay. Devin gives us his international currency. I forget which country that is.
Looks
this
like
is what I can't remember. It's not Canadian. It's something else.
Okay.
Yeah, Devin. Remember it from last year. We talked about that. What is Callahan doing? I would fire him at halftime, conservative when they had a chance to score a touchdown, then throwing it when they should have been running it. And then Mike Vrabel's burner comes and says, come on, Austin, defend Brian like you have for a year. Look, time out. I have not defended Brian Callahan for a year. I think there's a difference from me saying that Brian Callahan is not going to get fired this year because that's what the front office's plan is. And then I am in no way defending what he's doing. This was awful. This was Billy Napier bad. What Brian Callahan just did, Billy Napier bad from yesterday. What Brian Callahan just did was worse than what he did against the Detroit Lions before the first half ended a year ago. This is stupid. It makes no sense. I don't understand. And I'd said this at one point during a halftime show last year. I don't understand how big brain football coaches screw up simple things so often when every guy and gal on their couch who watches football because they love football knows what the correct decision is. You're on your own 7-yard line. Dan Moore is getting his ass kicked just about every pass play, and you're not really exactly efficient down the field either so far in this game. It's 6-3. You haven't really done much, right? So why in the world would your rookie quarterback in his first ever game against the Broncos defense that sacked the quarterback 63 times last year, backed up in his own end zone in Mile High Stadium, again, in his first ever game, why are you going to drop him back 3 straight times? Get to halftime, because guess who gets the ball to start the second half? The Broncos, who now have a lead. And you got bailed out to make that lead just 1, or the deficit just 1 by Chim Dike. If not for Chim Dike, we're sitting here 10-6. The Broncos get the ball. If they go score a touchdown, ball game, right? Like you're putting, like, why are you, like, the big brain coaches that routinely ruin easy stuff blows my mind. Blows my mind. It's so that's my rant there after your rant earlier. We still probably have 20 minutes, so we can talk about a lot of different things here. But there's my take.
And once again, I'm not saying it's excusable, because it isn't. It was
No.
downright bad, but you kind of see what he was going for. And I said that a little bit, right? You know how bad your offensive line is getting cooked for, which we'll get into in a second, because I have some thoughts about that. It has not looked good whatsoever so far.
Let's go ahead and do this, because we've got a lot of people in here, and we've got a new segment that I think is pretty fun overall with Lipscomb University Sports Analytics. So we're just going to go through, ESPN has the win probability meter, and I'm just going to go through how that win probability meter changed because of Brian Callahan's decisions at the end of the first half, because that is something that I find truly fascinating. But real quick, Lipscomb University, a nationally recognized university that's in Nashville, they have a state-of-the-art, brand new, ahead of its time grad program. It's a sports analytics program. You can literally turn your passion for sports into a career. There's so many different paths you can do and take to get there. JT and I have very different paths. Everybody who's in A to Z Sports is doing football for a living in some capacity and got here in a very unique way. Well, one way you could do it is by going to Lipscomb University's website and signing up for their sports analytics program. It's a grad program. You don't have to be just fresh out of undergrad for this. You can go back to school. It's an online degree, so you can do it with what you have going on right now. Or if you know somebody, maybe a son or daughter, maybe a family friend, a rising junior or senior that just started college this semester, and they're looking for that next level in their college career, the Lipscomb University can be that for their sports analytics program. Once again, check it out, their website, lipscomb.com, Lipscomb University, their website right there for their sports analytics program. So JT, the win probability situation here. So when it was 6-3, it was, well, I guess the Titans had right before they kicked a field goal, when it was 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line, the Titans had a 53% chance to win this game, a 54% chance to win the game when it was 1st and goal at the 10. So they started to go down slightly because they did not convert a touchdown there. So, but still, when it was a 6-3 game, the Tennessee Titans had a 48% chance to win. Now at halftime, because of all that nonsense that Brian Callahan took down, it went from 48% to 35%. So that nonsense knocked you down from 50-50 coin flip to a 65-35 Broncos win this game. And you're only down 1. So that is how much these things matter. 47 seconds really screwed this thing up from Brian Callahan's perspective.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is that, like you said, overthinking. It's the same thing that happened last year as well, I think. And once again, like, there's a reason why he did it. He's trying to get quick throws off the line of scrimmage to give them just that little bit more of room to be able to, first of all, get closer to the first down and then run out the clock, right? You need to get closer to that first, get 2nd and 4 or 3rd and 3 to get to that first down, right? To then, convert, take their timeouts, and then run out the clock, right? So that's what he's trying to do. But still, I think there is this sentiment when it gets to where you get down to where the clock is running out, and Brian Callahan has to manage the time in some respects, right? You get to that and you look at it and you feel like he's trying to do things that are just way too advanced for what this team has right now. And it's getting too cute, especially when it comes down to the under 2 minutes. And I think that's becoming a big problem. And it displayed itself once again here today when he's trying to do things to set them up for success and run out the clock. But when they're not able to do that because, once again, players are running into each other and things are not going the way that they're supposed to go on paper, it's just not going to. So the simplest solution is, yes, you need to run out the clock. Would they have been able to get a first down because Denver has 2 timeouts, first down run, second down run, then you have a 3rd and 5? Could they have ran out the clock on 3rd and 5? Maybe.
Because the play clock's 40 seconds. And so, real quick, by the way, the players are back out on the field. It is rainy and sunny in Denver. The lightning delay screen is no longer there. So the delay is over. Was that a mistake? I don't know. That makes no sense whatsoever. But I'm trying to read the broadcast. I don't know if they're about to kick off or not. But all clear. Okay. It's now safe to return to your seat as you guys are watching the same thing that I'm watching right now on your TVs. So I'm sure there's some type of like warm up situation here, but it is pouring down and there in Denver with the sun out. So rainbows in the sky and Brian Callahan, dumb decisions all at the same time right here. But
I'll be interested to hear what he says in his postgame.
So let's do this because we always do this every halftime show. Let's go ahead and ask everybody this question. Every halftime show here on the A to Z Sports Halftime Show as we're waiting for this game to kick back off. What is your confidence level in the Titans winning this game 1 through 10? What is your confidence level in the Titans winning this game on a 1 through 10 basis? So what's your confidence level in the Titans winning the game? There was some type of weather delay, as Cy says, told y'all something was up. There's no weather delay. There is because they're way past the regular halftime lineup. So I will, JT, send you to the chat. What are you seeing from confidence level from the audience here in the Titans winning despite being down by 1 after really having we didn't even get to talk about the good stuff from the first half. We barely
exactly.
Cam Moore's name. So, but what's the chat saying on confidence level real fast?
Yeah. Andrew says confidence level's a 3. Play calling is crap, as he says. Jordan Lowry says 7. Isaac says 3. Jonathan 0, 3, 4. 0.1 from Ghost Rider there. Dre 4.5. Rooney 3. Clifton 3. 2.
All right, I'll stop you there
4,
because
3.
the game's back on starting, and I will let you answer 1 through 10. Titans win. Confidence. JT, go.
I'll go 4.
I'm at a 2. All right, we will see you guys in the post-game show. Shout out to our great sponsors on the show, as always, and with X Golf, playxgolf.com, BTA Sports, Botero Kart, Lipscomb University Sports Analytics, and the Barrel Social Club. See you guys for post-game. Thanks.